Okay. Hello. Hello, students.
Yes.
Okay, we'll start the next class on DTFT. So yesterday we have started DTFT and two problems also we did. Just I will revise that one, then we will go. Okay. So if my voice is not properly coming, or if the screen is also not properly there, you can intimate to me. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen DTFT. X of n is there. Next, its Fourier transform is represented with the capital X of omega. Okay, and capital X of omega is nothing but sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. It is applicable on the discrete signal x of n. That's why here discrete summation is used. Sigma is nothing but discrete summation. And we did two problems on this one. One is if x of n is equal to a power n u of n, where magnitude of a is less than 1, then its DTFT is given by, what is the answer we got? 1 by 1 minus a into e power minus j omega. If x of n is equal to a power n u of n, and if magnitude of a is greater than 1, then x of omega is nothing but how much you will get? No Fourier transform, because in this case, whenever here magnitude of a is greater than 1, that means like 2 power n, 3 power n, u of n, 3.5 power n, u of n, like that. In that cases, here this is the condition is available. At that time, the given signal is not absolutely integrable. It is an unstable signal. But in the first case, it is a stable signal. In the second case, it is the unstable signal. So we can tell here, generally Fourier transform is applicable for the signals which are absolutely integrable signals, or for the stable signals only we can able to apply the Fourier transform. Okay, so this is the thing. Next, x of n is equal to minus a power n u of minus n minus 1, where magnitude of a is greater than 1. For this one, the Fourier transform is given by same expression but not same answer. 1 by 1 minus a into e power minus j omega. And if x of n is equal to minus a power n u of minus n minus 1, and magnitude of a is less than 1, means now it will become the unstable signal, or it is not absolutely integrable. So the DTFT is not available for this one, or there is no Fourier transform. Okay, so this is the thing we have seen in our last class. Now we will continue our discussion. So now we will do one problem. All of you take the notebook and pen and write down. Find DTFT for f of n, which is a triangular pulse, which is triangular pulse, that is given by 0, 1, 2, 3, and this side minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay, so how the signal is available means, at n is equal to minus 3, amplitude is 0. At n is equal to, amplitude is 1. At n is equal to minus 1, amplitude is 2. At n is equal to 0, amplitude is 3. At n is equal to 1, amplitude is 2. At n is equal to, amplitude is 1. At n is equal to 3, amplitude is 0. This is the signal. Okay, for this signal, now we need to find the DTFT. In the yesterday's problems, just they have given the mathematical expression like 2 power n u of n, like this mathematical expression is there. We have calculated this particular DTFT. Now we have taken one graphical representation of the signal. So for this graphical representation also we can able to calculate the DTFT. Okay, so now once again I am drawing that one answer. Once again I am taking the signal. This is the given f of n signal. Now for this one we need to find the DTFT. From the basic formula only we will find. So what is DTFT? X of omega is equal to sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. Given problem is in terms of f of n, there is no problem. Here the signal we have to keep, for which we are calculating the Fourier transform. But if we observe the signal is available from where to where? The signal is having the non-zero amplitudes from -2 to +2. Before -2, this entire portion is having zero amplitude only. And after 2, that means from 3 to infinity also, zero amplitude is there. So non-zero amplitudes 1, 2, 3 and 2, 1 are available when n is changing from -2 to +2. So this summation we can take from -2 to +2 only, because for these n values only the signal is having the non-zero amplitude. So you will get some answer you will get. Even you are doing for -3 +3 also you will get 0 only, because amplitude is 0. So that's why I have changed the n limits from -2 to +2, x of n e power minus j omega n. Now just to substitute these n values. Okay, first you take n is equal to -2. Next n is equal to -1, n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, n is equal to, we should take integers only because it is discrete. Okay, so x of -2, I am taking n is equal to -2. Wherever n is there, you substitute -2. So here n is there, here also n is there. So e power minus j omega -2. This one we got just by the substitution of n is equal to -2. Next plus, because of the sigma we need to write plus here. So now n is equal to -1. So x of -1 e power minus j omega -1. This entire thing I got by the substitution of n is equal to -1. Next n is equal to 0 plus x of 0 e power minus j omega 0. This entire thing I got by the substitution of n is equal to 0. Now n is equal to 1. So x of 1 e power minus j omega 1. This one is by the substitution of n is equal to 1 plus x of 2 e power minus j omega 2 by, sorry, this entire thing is by n is equal to 2. Okay, now what we need to do, this x of -2, x of -1, x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, all these things are what are all these things? From our basics, from first unit onwards I am telling. What I am telling? X of n is signal. X is signal, X is dependent variable, N is independent variable. Variable means it will take more than one value. So lot of values are there for X, like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, like this. Many values are there, more than one value. And N is always it is changing from minus infinity to plus infinity. Only integer values it will take. But what is X of minus 2? It is value of X of N. It is value of X of N at N is equal to minus 2. It is only one value. Okay, so it is a constant. It is a one number, constant only. So X of minus 2 means you see the X signal at N is equal to minus 2. So at N is equal to minus 2, that means this one, at N is equal to minus, what is the amplitude? 1. So I can write X of minus 2 is equal to 1. What is X of minus 1? It is the value of the signal X of N at N is equal to minus 1. This is N, N is equal to minus 1 is this one. How much amplitude is there? 2. So 2 is the amplitude. Next, so at N is equal to 0, this is N value, N is equal to 0 means this one. So at N is equal to 0, what is the amplitude? 3. So X of 0 is nothing but 3. Next, similarly, X of 1 is nothing but 2, and X of 2 is nothing but 1, X of 3 is 0. So according to that, I'm writing here, X of 0 is 3, and X of 1 is nothing but 2, and X of 2 is nothing but 1. Okay, so all these values we have to substitute in this particular equation. So X of omega is equal to, X of minus 2 is how much? 1. So 1 into e power, like that we have to write. So 1 into e power, minus into minus is plus. You see this one, I am talking about this one. E power minus into minus is plus. So j omega 2 plus. X of minus 1 is how much? 2. So 2 into e power minus into minus is plus, j omega into 1, that is j omega. Next, plus x of 0. X of 0 is how much? 3. So 3 into e power 0, that is actually 1. 1 into 3 is 3, plus uh, x of 1. X of 1 is how much? 2. So 2 into e power minus j omega. Next, plus x of 2. X of 2 is 1. So 1 into e power minus j omega 2. Okay, so this is e power j omega 2. This is e power minus j omega 2. Next, this is 2 into e power j omega. This is 2 into e power minus j omega. J omega minus j omega. Okay, this is 3 into 1. E power 0 is 1. So I am writing 3 at first. 3 plus. So you see these two. You see these two. This is e power j omega. This is e power minus, sorry, this is e power j omega 2. This is e power minus j omega 2. It is like e power j theta plus e power minus j theta. So we know already this one, e power j theta plus e power minus j theta. If it is by 2, then we can tell here cos theta. But you can send this to this side also. So what we can write here, like this we can write e power j theta plus e power minus j theta means 2 cos theta. What is theta in this case? 2 omega. E power j theta, that means 2 omega is the theta. So here I can write 2 cos theta. Theta is nothing but 2 omega. Okay. Now you see these two. 2 e power j omega to e power minus j omega. So I can take 2 common. Now what are the remaining things? E power j omega plus e power minus j omega. So it is also looking like same thing, e power j theta plus e power minus j theta, where theta is equal to omega. So it can also be written as 2 cos omega. Okay, 2 cos theta, theta means omega. So 2 cos omega. Here 2 into 2 means 4. This is the answer we will get. 3 plus 2 cos 2 omega plus 4 cos omega we will get. Okay, in this manner we have to do the problem. In the yesterday's problems, just a mathematical expression is given, like a power n into u of n and minus a power n into u of minus n minus 1. Here graphical representation is given. So by seeing the graph, we can tell for what values of n, what are the amplitudes are available. We can substitute in the formula. So as compared to yesterday's problem, this is easy, because in the yesterday's problem, after substituting the values, the signal is in the geometric progression. Then we need to add all the terms which are in the geometric progression by using the formula b by 1 minus r, where b is the starting value of the geometric progression and r is the common ratio. We have to identify all those things and we need to substitute. But here simply by seeing the signal itself, we can able to get the values, and simply we need to add. So e power j theta, e power minus j theta, all those things are there, so that those will be converted into cos terms, or in some other problems we have to convert into sine terms also. Okay, so this is the thing. If you have any doubt in this problem, you can ask, and all of you write down. Okay, first I will take the attendance. Okay, we will see the next problem. All of you write down parallelly. Find DTFT for the signal f of n, and f of n is given like this. This is the signal. Okay, for this signal we need to find the DTFT. Okay, we'll solve this one. You see, similarly what we have done in the previous problem, the same manner we have to solve. So we need to find DTFT, means I am representing with the f of omega, because given signal is f of n. The formula is sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity f of n e power minus j omega n. It is equal to, by seeing the signal itself I can tell it is having the non-zero amplitudes from -3 to +3. Okay, n values, if you take n values from -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, actually n is equal to 0, zero amplitude is there, that is okay, but it is having the non-zero amplitude. Simply we can tell when n is changing from -3 to +3, so limits should be taken from -3 to +3, no need to take from -infinity to +infinity. Then f of n e power minus j omega n. Then we can substitute the n values. I'm substituting here. So starting from -3, n is equal to -3 one time, plus n is equal to -2, n is equal to -1, n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, n is equal to, n is equal to 3. Like this we have to substitute. Okay, so I'm taking n is equal to -3, so f of -3 e power minus j omega n value is -3. Okay, now plus f of -2. Now n is equal to -2, I am taking f of -2 e power minus j omega -2 plus f of -1 e power minus j omega -1. If you have any doubt in any step, you can ask f of 0 e power minus j omega 0. Next, f of 1 e power minus j omega 1 plus f of 2 e power minus j omega 2 plus f of 3 e power minus j omega 3. So from the given signal, we can write the values of the signal f at the different n values. So what is f of -3? What is the meaning of this one? It is the value of the signal f at n is equal to -3. So at n is equal to -3, what is the value of the signal? -3 only. So it is -3. Next, f of -2, it is the value of the signal at n is equal to -2. How much? -2. Next, what is f of -1? It is the value of the signal f at n is equal to -1, that is -1. And f of 0 is having 0 amplitude, and f of 1 is having 1 amplitude, and f of 2 is having 2 amplitude, and f of 3 is having 3 amplitude. Okay, this is the data we have taken from the given signal. Okay, values of the signal f at different n values, as n is changing from -3 to +3. Substitute to all those values in this particular equation. Then f of omega will be like this. F of -3. What is f of -3? -3 only. So -3 into e power minus j omega into -3. That is j omega 3 plus, here f of -2 is there. What is f of -2? -2. So -2 into e power j omega 2 plus f of -1 is -1 e power j omega. F of 0 is 0, so no need to write this particular term because that is 0 already. Okay, plus f of 1, this is 0. Next, f of 1 is nothing but 1, so 1 into e power minus j omega. Next, f of 2 is 2, e power minus j omega 2 plus f of 3 is 3, e power minus j omega 3. Now what we have done previously, same thing we have to apply, but before that you see this one. E power j theta plus e power minus j theta is equal to 2 cos theta. This one already I have written. Previously we used this one in the previous problem. if it is e power j theta minus e power minus j theta, actually here by 2j is there, then we can tell it is the sin theta. In cos theta j term will not be there, but in sin theta here j is there. So instead of representing this one, what is useful to us directly means this 2j we are multiplying to the sin theta. Okay, so that one only I will use here. So 2j, so this is the thing we are going to use. So now you see carefully, e power j theta minus is available for minus angle, e power minus j theta. For this term here minus is required. Okay, now you see e power j omega 3, here e power minus j omega 3 is there, here e power j omega 3, here e power minus j omega 3, but in front of e power minus j omega 3 here plus is there, but in order to apply this one, in front of this one here minus is required, so we will take minus as common. So it is equal to, from these two terms I am taking minus 3 is common, then you will get e power j omega 3 minus e power minus j omega 3. Now it is exactly looking like e power j theta minus e power minus j theta, that is this one. So we can write, instead of this one we can write 2j into sin theta, where theta is equal to 3 omega. Okay, now coming to next one, that is minus 2 into e power j omega 2 and plus 2 into e power minus j omega 3. It is also same thing. What we need to do now, take minus 2 as common from those two terms. So from the first one you will get e power j omega 2, and from the second term minus e power minus j omega 2 you will get. Now it is looking like e power j theta minus e power minus j theta. So in place of this one also we can write 2j into sin theta, but theta is 2 omega here. Okay, now from this one here also same thing, take minus 1 as the common. So minus, if you take common, e power j omega minus e power minus j omega, like this you will get. So finally minus 3 into, what we can write here, 2j sin theta, where theta is equal to 3 omega, minus 2j sin 2 omega minus here 2j sin omega. So from all these terms we can take minus 2j as common. So from the first one you will get 3 sin 3 omega plus 2 sin 2 omega plus sin omega, like this will get. So this is the answer. Okay, so nothing is there here, very simple. In the previous problem we got sin term, sorry, in terms of cos we got, here sin we got. That also we can predict simply. How we can able to predict means, the given signal is the odd signal. Okay, you check the condition for the odd symmetry for this one, you will get it is the odd signal. What is the odd signal condition? F of minus n is equal to minus f of n. Okay, amplitude reversal is equal time reversal, so that will be satisfied by this particular signal, odd signal. Sine is the odd function, that's why we can write this one in the odd function. The previous problem is the triangular pulse is the even function, that's why that is written in terms of the cos. Cos is the even, very simple. Okay, so you need to do the practice, then all these things will be simple. Okay, so problem is over. If you have any doubt you can ask. వింటున్నారా అందరూ? హలో హలో స్టూడెంట్స్,
Sir.
Yes, sir.
అర్థమైందా ప్రాబ్లం?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, రాస్తున్నారా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ Next one is important, that is periodicity of the DTFT. X of n is the discrete signal, absolutely integrable signal. If you apply DTFT, you will get x of omega. I have written the formula for x of omega like this. Sigma n is from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of t, sorry, x of n e power minus j omega n. Okay, like this we have written, and we did some problems, but I did not talk about x of n. This is Fourier transform, this is inverse Fourier transform. Calculating the time domain signal from the frequency domain signal is called inverse Fourier transform. Same thing we have done in the continuous time Fourier transform also. So here once again I will write a continuous time Fourier transform formulas. X of t is having the Fourier transform is x of omega. Here we have applied continuous time Fourier transform, and x of omega is given by integral t is from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of t e power minus j omega t dt. X of n is given by 1 by 2 pi integral of omega is changing from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of omega into e power j omega t into d omega. Okay, sorry. X of t. So while explaining the DTFT for DTFT, I have taken the equation this one. It is for continuous domain and it is for discrete domain. So in place of x of t, we need to write x of n. Integral continuous summation. Integral itself is continuous summation. The counterpart for this one is the discrete summation, that is sigma. So these are the changes we made to get DTFT. These are the changes we made to get the DTFT formula. You see x of omega, here also it is represented with x of omega only. Integral is changed to sigma. So t is the continuous time variable that already we know from our basics. T should be changed with n. So integral is replaced with sigma and t is replaced with n, that is changing from minus infinity to plus infinity. And CTFT is applicable for the continuous time signals, that's why represented with x of t. And DTFT is applicable for the discrete time signals, that's why x of n e power minus j omega, here also minus j omega, and here t is there because it is continuous, and here n is there because it is discrete. So n we can write here also, no problem. These are the changes we did. So same formula we have taken. Whatever the continuous time Fourier transform is there, same formula we have taken here in the discrete time Fourier transform. Okay, so where are the discrete time nature is there, those we have applied. So this is the Fourier transform formula. Now coming to inverse Fourier transform formula. This is the inverse Fourier transform formula. How we have written? So inverse Fourier transform itself is getting the time domain signal. That means x of t we need to get from the Fourier transform. You have Fourier transform x of omega. So now what we need to do? This is x of n. This is the time domain signal we should get from the Fourier transform. Here also same thing. X of t we got by integrating the x of omega. So here x of n we should get from the x of omega. Next e power j omega t. So here e power j omega n. In place of n, here t is there. Now some slight changes will be there. what I told, because here it is continuous, we got here integral. Because it is discrete, we have taken here sigma. But remember this point, but in inverse discrete time Fourier transform, you will get integration only, you will not get a sigma. Sigma is available in the calculation of the DTFT, but sigma is not available in the calculation of the inverse Fourier transform. That means in the calculation of x of n, you will not use sigma. We need to use this integration only. I will tell the reason. Integration only we need to use. So integral, here integral is there. So here also integral I have taken. Here x of omega means that is a continuous time Fourier transform, but here x of omega means a discrete time Fourier transform. E power j omega, e power j omega, in place of t I have written n. Because I have used here integral, here I should have d omega. Here also d omega is there. Next here 1 by 2 pi is there. So here also 1 by 2 pi. Okay, integration has been done with respect to omega. So here omega limits have to be kept. Omega is changing from minus infinity to plus infinity, but here omega will be changing from minus pi to plus pi. This is the one more change. This is essential. Okay, this one you have to remember. In the inverse Fourier transform, in the discrete inverse Fourier transform of the DTFT, what are the changes will be available means, because it is a DTFT discrete, don't think that here also sigma will come. That is one thing you have to remember. And one more thing is, don't think in the sense, don't think discrete is sigma is not coming means integral should come. So integral is coming. Integral is coming, and we need to give the values for limits for the omega. And omega is not from minus infinity to plus infinity. Omega is from minus pi to plus pi only. So this is very very important that you need to remember. Okay, so here I need to tell to you two things. One is y integral. Even though we are dealing with DTFT, y integration we have taken instead of taking sigma. Second one, y limits have been taken like minus pi to plus pi instead of taking from minus infinity to plus infinity. These are the two things I need to answer. Okay, so y in the sense, discrete time Fourier transform is applicable for discrete time signals. Like x of n, f of n, like that. But after finding the Fourier transform, you will get the continuous spectrum. That's why in the CTFT, the Fourier transform is represented with x of omega. In TTFT also it is represented with x of omega only. This is the reason, because the spectrums of CTFT or the TTFT both are continuous in nature. That means the signal is like this, x of n is like this, but x of omega is like this. Model waveforms I am giving, it is continuous in nature only. Omega is changing from here to here. Okay, continuous values only here it is taking, not the discrete values. Here omega is not taking the discrete values. That thing you need to remember. It is applicable on the discrete time signals. Time domain signal is discrete, but frequency domain signal is not discrete. It is continuous only. So omega is a continuous variable. So that when you use this x of omega, you should use integration only, because it is a continuous signal. Okay, x of omega is a continuous signal. That's why you need to use here integration only. But x of n is discrete. When you use this one, you should use sigma. Okay, x of n is discrete by default. So whenever you want to work with this one, you should use sigma. But x of omega is continuous in nature. That's why integration is used. So this part is over. Now second thing, why should we use the limits are minus pi to plus pi instead of minus infinity to plus infinity? Here there is no rule to use from minus pi to plus pi only. You can use 0 to 2 pi also, or you can use pi to 3 pi also. Now you should get some idea. What I am telling here, minus pi to pi or 0 to 2 pi or pi to 2 pi means here we are doing the integration over 2 pi, over 2 pi, upper limit minus lower limit, pi minus of minus pi is 2 pi, 2 pi minus 0 is 2 pi, 3 pi minus pi is 2 pi. We are doing the integration over 2 pi. Why we are doing the integration over 2 pi instead of doing the integration from minus infinity to plus infinity means we are doing this one because the DTFT spectrum itself is the periodic spectrum. DTFT spectrum is a periodic spectrum. It is periodic. This one we will prove in the next class why it is periodic. And it is periodic with the periodicity 2 pi. That means the spectrum is repeating for every 2 pi. For example, here minus pi to pi is there. Again, the spectrum is repeating up to 3 pi. Again, the spectrum is repeating up to 5 pi. Here minus 3 pi. Like this, the spectrum is repeating. Same spectrum is coming again and again after 2 pi. So instead of doing the integration from minus pi to pi, we will do the integration from minus pi over 2 pi only. That you can take from 0 to 2 pi or minus pi to pi. Like periodic signals. While calculating the power of the periodic signal, we will take 1 by t integral 0 to t. But if you take the energy signal, you will take the integration from 0 to infinity or minus infinity to plus infinity like this in the basic formula. Okay. So why we are taking like this, the signal is available from entire time axis from minus infinity to plus infinity. The periodic signal is available, but when calculating the power, you are calculating the average power. So you will take from 1 by t integration, you will do over one period only. Same thing we have followed in our Fourier series also. When the spectrum or the signal is in periodic in nature, how much period is there for that one, over that period only we will do the integrations. Okay. So like this, here we need to do the integration from minus pi to pi. In the next class we will prove this DTFT spectrum is the periodic in nature with the period 2 pi. Okay, with that these two conditions will be completed. Okay, so time is over.